Okay, sorry about that, y'all. My phone cut out. This is part 2 to the reading. Okay, so yeah, close the door. So yeah, you've got 7 of Pentacles with the Strength card. So this is showing that you might have been going through some tough times financially, or not where you were doing bad, not like you were in like the 3 or the 2 of Pentacles. You're in the 7 of Pentacles, which is just a few pentacles shy of 10 of Pentacles. But you had to maintain your strength. I feel like there was a lesson for you in your attachment to money. Maybe you had to learn to attach to money differently. You had to assess the way you see money based on your bloodline. Like you might have a direct contact, like a mother that has a very toxic relationship with money. So your spirit guidance is like, okay, babe, it's time for you to brush that down. See how you can have a healthier relationship with finances, with money, with the way you exchange energy. So for some of you, I'm hearing this vibration of remembering that as I spend money, I receive money. As I willingly, cheerfully give money and pay my bills, I receive at the same rate, or I receive 10 times what I give out, at the whatever affirmation you have to tell yourself in order for you to align with money and finances and resources. I'm hearing differently. Do that work for yourself, because you do increase to 9 of Pentacles, and then we have the 3 of Staff, which is the 3 of Wands. So I feel like a move could be coming in for somebody. I could hear a job opportunity could be coming in for somebody. Higher promotion from the 7 to the 9 of Pentacles. Somebody could be receiving like a bonus. Okay, tip your bus driver. Okay, your soul bus driver now. All right, so yeah, it could be a vibration of like the promotion, like I said, money increasing, finances increasing, opportunities increasing. Somebody goes on some sort of move and it's emotional for them because they're coming out of something that was maybe eating up a lot of their time, or something that made them feel confused, something that felt really imbalanced. You could be dealing with a Libra. So it could be emotional. Like, I feel like this was also something that played on your mental health with this 3 of Wands. Like, this person could have been emotionally abusive. They could have been spiritually a leech. It could have been somebody who came into your life to spiritually leech off of you. And if you've noticed, like, you've changed, right? You've changed so much. You've physically changed, right? Maybe you've emotionally changed. You've spiritually changed. You're realizing so many things occurred since you came into connection with this being that have not been for the good. So now that you're looking at it from a different perspective, you're recognizing where, hey, damn, like I'm almost hearing like, damn, I should have known, or like, damn, this is my fault. But this is why Spirit is saying, just keep going forward. Close the door was the first part where they were just like, close the door. Like, close the door on emotionally connecting with this person. Close the door on feeling emotionally vulnerable about this experience, because this experience was legit set to kill you. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I don't even like talking or delivering messages like that, because that's just not who I am, right? I don't really get a lot of messages like that, but this is what Spirit is telling me to share. This energy, this vibration was set up to kill you. And this don't have to be like physically kill you. This could be, like I said, spiritually kill you, emotionally kill you, have you questioning yourself, questioning your value, questioning your worth, questioning the reason that you're here for, right? All of these things. This could be all of what's happening because of this connection. And it could have been a false flame for somebody. This is why I be telling y'all, don't get caught up on that twin flame, soulmate, all that vibration. People use these terminologies to allow people to stay in situations that are manipulative, and people use these terms to try to help them understand why they're being manipulated in the ways that they are in certain spaces. Okay, you can't make sense of bullshit. Once bullshit, always bullshit. That's just what it is. We're gonna have to swallow that and move in accordance with what we're actually finding out at that time. Okay, so that's what this vibration is giving. Like I said, it could be a Libra, it could be a Taurus as well. I'm also hearing maybe Capricorn. Close those doors, because that energy has been cycling. I'm hearing for past lives. That energy has been cycling for lifetimes to come into connection with you and to be what it's supposed to be 100% for you. Do you hear what I'm saying? So with this energy having came in, with this energy having served its purpose, the longer you try to allow this energy to stay in your space, the more it's going to affect you, the more it's going to hurt you. My girl just messaged me. Yes, period. So you're going to have to show up for yourself stronger at this time, right? I feel like you're going to have to tap into your strength on a deep level so that you can understand the higher lesson of this experience with this individual. I feel like this person or this experience or this opportunity could be, like I said, very emotional. Very emotional. Some of you could be very sad right now. Very sad. And if you need some friends to lean into your friends. If you need your family, lean into your family. If that's what you got. If you need some therapy, lean into some therapy. If you need to work with a therapist or a spirit guide or a physical guide to take you on whatever, do that. Do the work that you need so that you can show up at this time, because this is not giving an easy time, especially financially. I feel like the reason why spirit was going to let you know this person was no good for you is because your finances were going to get hit. So that's how you would know, like your finances get hit. You go from being prosperous financially to where you're barely getting by, where stuff is barely making sense, right? And then you start to question, am I doing anything wrong or am I doing everything right? Because this experience is supposed to be blah, 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 and it's giving more blah, blah, blah. And why? And we take ourselves through the ringer about all this bullshit, when the truth of the matter is, this is how God can talk to you. For some of you, you thought you made a power move, and instead you cursed yourself by allowing somebody who's cursed to be in your space. This is why we can't be going for just the physicals of situations. You know how people say a casual sexual exchange? There is no such thing as a casual sexual exchange when you have not up-leveled your energy enough to be able to clear that trauma out once it's done. Hear me when I say, there is no such thing as a casual sexual exchange when you have not yourself leveled up your energy to a point where you can properly discard that energy when done. That's when you are adding trauma bonds to your body. This is when you're giving yourself fibroids, when you're giving yourself infertility. This is when you're giving yourself deeper disconnect with the divine feminine and the divine masculine energy, and you're wondering why you can't tap into either effectively. Not tap into it, but tap into it effectively. You're wondering why, because you're adding trauma on top of trauma on top of trauma on top of trauma on top of trauma. Trauma that's not even yours. You haven't even risen to awareness where you can ask yourself, is all of this that I'm carrying mine? Or is this somebody else's trauma? Is this somebody else's baggage? Is this somebody else's issue? Okay? That's the vibration. So this is why I just suggest any young woman that would be listening or watching or whatever, just don't go around throwing yourself a vaginal pool party. Okay? Don't run around doing that. There's no point in it, right? There's actually literally no point in it. One, because everything that anybody could ever do for you, you can do for yourself. Additionally, your body is sacred. Your temple is sacred. Us as divine feminine, we house energy. It enters us. We house the energy. We become one with what's inside of our home, whether we want to or not. That is both physically and intrinsically. Externally and internally, we become one with what's in our home, which is why they say a woman is a reflector. If your man is not a good leader, that's going to reflect how you treat him. If he's not clean in the mind, that's going to reflect your mental work, right? That's going to reflect to you some way. If he's not clean eating, that's going to reflect to you some way. Either it's going to be an imbalance where y'all going to swap energies, or both of y'all are going to decline. Okay, the strongest one will swap though, because they'll know how to get that shit back. But when you get that shit back, when you keep your mind right so that you don't go back again and have to rebuild and recalibrate and rejuvenate all of that because you are playing martyr, you're playing girlfriend martyr, you're playing boyfriend martyr. No, right? You don't get any points for that. So this is the vibration of knowing yourself, knowing your worth, knowing what you're worthy of, and applying that pressure to every circumstance, every experience, to every individual, because you can't afford to just have casual exchanges with people and think that you're going to get up and walk away scot-free. For some of you, this is the reason why you've been battling the things that you've been battling mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and I'm hearing financially. Now, you want to dig into the past, right? And you want to assess how everybody viewed things, yada, 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 to pick up the baton and know where you're going. All of this makes sense. But there's also a part where somewhere down the line, we have to recognize that some of this stuff is self-inflicted. Some of these relationships were relationships we chose. We knew this energy and entity was not aligned at all, and we still chose that. And so when you get the other side of that spectrum, don't be surprised. So I'm talking to you. This is tough love. I love you. This is tough love. I love you. But on the other side of this, things are changing. Things are getting better. You are growing. Your soul is growing because you just caught another expansion lesson that you'll never forget. So kudos for you. Grab yourself some carnelian. I just heard it's a super powerful crystal to keep you grounded while you're going through said transitions, okay? Especially a location switch. Could be good for you, okay? I just heard that. But yeah, finances are going to be improving. Mental health is going to be improving. This new level that you unlocked, this new lioness or this new lion energy that you unlocked is going to be showing up for you. Your communication is going to be a lot clearer. Some of you are going to be working on like a communication type project. So maybe you're going to be speaking more and sharing more about your experiences openly, honestly, truthfully. Maybe for some of you, you're going to be writing that book. You're going to be doing public speaking. You're going to start that YouTube channel. You know, you're going to really be digging into your gifts and how you can nourish yourself by nourishing others with your natural gifts. Ashe? That's what I'm hearing. And also, like I said, this move could be coming in, and with this move, there could be a new job opportunity. So you could step out on faith and take this move and not really know how everything is going to work out. And then you've just planned, right? But it shows up for you better than you anticipated, right? And this is because what Spirit wants you to know is that it matters what we think, but it really doesn't matter what we think we want at the end of the day. Because what we think we want, we usually don't get in that way. We get something much better, much more aligned, much more appropriate, and much like, so to bring it forward, like when I was going through home, like I was in between an eviction and I was going through so much, like mentally, physically, emotionally. I was cool financially. I was kind of cool, you know, physically, you feel me? But like I was going through a lot mentally and spiritually. I remember like my reach for the star goal was all I was looking for, my reach for the star goal. And instead of like, that's where I've seen myself, right? Instead of getting that like right immediately in that moment, I manifested an opportunity for my soul to develop in a way that when I receive what it is that I'm calling in, I know how to take care of it. I know how to manage it. Right? So I say that to say sometimes when we ask for certain things or certain experiences or certain people, we're not exactly given that energy right then. Sometimes we're giving lessons that our soul needs to acquire prior to receiving that. So that way when we receive it, we can manage it. We can hold on to it. We can appreciate it, right? We can honor it. We can move with it in a way that we never move without it, right? Again, whatever that lesson is. So if you were given that experience or that opportunity or that thing that you wanted before you actually obtained the lesson associated with it, you would find yourself without it. Again. And so that's like kind of torturesome, right? To want something, then to get it and then lose it. So it's like, wouldn't you rather learn the lesson associated with that experience so that way when you learn it, you never lose it? You don't have to repeat that lesson. If it pops up for you, it's already a learned lesson, so you already know how to respond, as opposed to, well, let me see if, There's no let me see if, right? The answer is hell no to the no. Okay, so yes, I'm also saying that somebody could be traveling a lot. Book that trip, girlfriend. If you don't have your passport, get your passport. If you have your passport, I'm hearing for somebody, book that trip. Get off up out the country. Get off up out your state. Get out your own fucking backyard. The world is bigger. Book that trip. You need it. And I'm also hearing book a solo trip. So I don't know if I'm talking to somebody with kids and a family or without kids and a family, but book a solo trip for your soul and do something that nourishes your soul by yourself. Take a moment to pause and breathe and be in the moment of I am. That's it. I am. And from there, explore what the I am is. Explore that energy. Explore that experience so that you can move in alignment with your mission, with your purpose, and you can feel confident, right? I feel like this is a vibration of someone needing to build their confidence. I feel like because you spend so much time around people, maybe your family, maybe I don't know your line of work, maybe you work around a bunch of people, or maybe you're a helper / healer, whatever, and you're helping a bunch of people. You don't find time, a lot of time anyway, to spend time by yourself, and it's killing your confidence. And it's not saying that the people that are attracted to you are wrong for being attracted to you. It's not to say that people that need you are wrong for needing you. This is all a part of your life lesson, right? But what you're going to need to learn how to do is balance your need for the immediate satisfaction of knowing you help somebody and the immediate knowing of taking the best care of yourself and allowing your life experience to be the medicine as opposed to what you think comes from you. Allow your life experience to be the medicine is what I'm hearing. Your life experience is the medicine. Okay? So the sweet waters is here. Sensuality, romance, enjoyment, fertility, and balance. Oh my God. And then we have thank you as an oracle card. And this one says gratitude, appreciating what's sustaining you. And then here we have the water carrier. This says what really matters, reflect and reprioritize. Okay, so the sweet waters, again, talks about sensuality, romance, enjoyment, fertility, and balance. This could be the time that somebody is either, like I said, pregnant in the beginning or about to become pregnant or birthing a new reality, birthing a business, birthing an experience, birthing a whatever, right? Taking pleasure in travel. Maybe someone's being romanced. Maybe you're diving into your sensuality, which is different from sexuality. Like example, today I'm in my sensuality bag. It's Monday. Monday is the day I was born. It's the day I take the best care of myself. I dress up. I take whatever I need to show up for myself. And I do that. So this is the vibration of exploring your sensuality, exploring different textures. Like I got a scent here, some scents here. Like, some scents here. What is the vibration of you feeling sensual, right? Not sexual, sensual. The sexual aspect is easy. It's easy, okay? But the sensual aspect is not as easy. It requires exploration. It requires diving in with an open heart. It requires no limits with yourself, right? Just no limits with yourself. Just open, whatever, just open. That's the vibration. Okay, and that's what you want to call in. That's what you want to usher in to help you understand your sensuality. So you could go to a river. Somebody could resonate with being a daughter of Oshun. I resonate with that vibration. Go to the lakes or the rivers you used to. Okay, here you go. Okay, something like that could help you. Okay, it could help you channel in your feminine energy, your sensual energy. If someone's trying to get pregnant, go to the water. Go to the water. Okay. Now, with thank you coming in, have gratitude. Appreciate what's sustaining you. I know you're not 100% where you want to be right now, but can you appreciate what's sustaining you now? Can you appreciate what you have before you now? Can you appreciate that the divine has never left you? When you thought you were falling, and even when you fell, the divine always was there. A situation and experience always was created. A way was always made. Even when you put your hands in. For some of you, you're going to be required to put your hands in, right? And for others of you, you're going to be required to surrender, to really surrender and allow what is for you to unfold before you. And you can't have your hands in the mix trying to mix and figure out what you can do to make all of this happen. You're going to really have to get into this vibration of I surrender, and what is supposed to happen is going to happen. I welcome that. I welcome what is because it is, right? And then knowing that it already is, and that's why it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, higher level thinking. Now you got the water carrier. Again, like I said, go to the water. What really matters? It's time for you to reflect on what really matters and prioritize what and who, I'm hearing, matters most. I'm hearing you. Okay? I just had 2002, 20 and then 02. So 20 minutes and 2 seconds on the clock. So twos could be a vibration for you. You could be seeing any variation of 2, 2, 22, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. 2 plus 2 is 4, so the number 4 could resonate with you. Just calling that out there. But what really matters? What really matters to you at this time? Who really matters? Stop making space for everyone but you. What I'm hearing is you matter most. And it's time that you recognize that. Maybe you came from experiences where you were taught that you didn't matter as much as everybody else, that your needs were not as valuable as other people's needs. But that's a lie. It's a stone cold lie. And you should know that. And if you don't know, now you know. You are the number one. You are your most important VIP. You're the most valuable person. You're the one who matters the most. Nothing matters more than you. And this is, again, coming from the concept, y'all, that we are all one. How we treat ourselves is how we're going to treat others. If we're not treating ourselves good, we're not going to treat other people good. Right? If we're not giving ourselves the best things in life, the best food, the best conversations, if we're not doing this work, we're not going to be able to echo that to others. We're not going to be able to have that mirrored to us in others. Okay? So this could be that time. This could be that vibration for you. Take the time to really understand what makes you feel good. Who makes you feel good? What's most important to you? Where do you see yourself going, over the next couple of years? Where do you see yourself learning? What do you see yourself trusting? What do you feel yourself being, right? What is that energy? And focus on that. Focus on what is most important to you at this time. Now is the time for you to focus on you. Now is the time for you to focus on what means the most to you. Who means the most to you? Right? Star player. That's what I was thinking of. You are your star player. You are literally your star player. Right? You are the producer, the director, the actor in this movie. Where do you see yourself? What do you want of this experience? 234 just popped up. Move forward with faith. For some of you, this is about depositing into your faith bank. Like you deposit into your bank account. What are you doing each day to develop your faith in the divine? Are you praying? Are you asking to see certain things and seeing those and counting that as that blessing? Are you noticing the things around you? It's interesting. I went on a walk with my son yesterday. We were playing the scavenger hunt card game that I got from Target real quick. We were playing this little scavenger hunt game that I got from Target. And when we were walking, one of the neighbors was cleaning his driveway with water, like hosing down his driveway. So the water, goes off into the street and it gets itself to the drain. My son watched it going down and like, where's it going? Where's it going? I'm like, it's going to the drain. So I scurried us over to the drain. I'm like, here's the drain right here. So he sees it get ready to go down. And he said, well, where does it go? And I said, the ocean. And he said, no. And I'm like, no, what? And he's like, all this trash and stuff is going to go into my blue ocean and it's going to make all the fish sick. And make them die. That's, he used the word die. And I was like, he asked me where it was going and I told him the ocean, and that's when he screamed no. And he had this concept in his mind at 4 that it's bad to have trash on the floor. That trash that's going to the ocean, that's going to affect the wildlife, the nature, the water creatures of this planet. And that's a bad idea. So then he says, I'm tired. We're walking still. He's like, I'm tired of people throwing trash on how do we stop it? He asked me, how do we stop it? I said, we have to stop throwing trash on the floor. We have to be more mindful of our trash and the things that we no longer want to have, that we want to get rid of. And he is like, okay. So while we're walking, y'all, all he kept saying was, I can't wait for these people to stop throwing stuff all over my city and making my city so disgusting and making my cities full of trash. And then I told him, I said, well, what we can do one day is we can put gloves on and we can go outside and we can pick up trash. I'm saying all this to say that we innately have an understanding of what we are supposed to do. When given the right information, we innately have this understanding of what we are supposed to do. This applies towards religion. This applies towards philanthropy. This or any philanthropic efforts. This applies to spirituality, religion, relationships, work, financial opportunities. All of this, we have an innate knowing as to what's right. And this is attached to our feelings. This is attached to us getting the right information and then basing it off of how we feel. We've gotten so far from how we feel. And we don't feel for others the same way we feel for ourselves. So while some of us are in a season of remembering that you are most important, this is simply to raise your self-esteem and teach you value and give you some self-worth, okay? For some of you, you need to recognize that it's bigger than you. Yeah, you can think about how much you'd like to go swimming in the water that's being ran, or you can also think about how it may not be good for this water to be going to this drain, to this ocean where these animals can be affected. And let's go ahead and think about that for the one time, right? So yeah, take that how it resonates. I'm going to jump out of here, y'all. I have a couple more things to do and I have an assignment to close out. But I love you guys. Don't forget to follow me if you're not already. Okay. I'll put goji berries in here this time. The texture shift is fucking phenomenal. All right. I love you guys. Peace.